The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Wednesday, November 27th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up, and when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN. You get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing college football and college basketball with Rhythm. Get your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience. Preview and picks episode for Wednesday, November 27th. And I have dogs howling in the background, and some dogs were barking today. We're going to talk all about it at youtube.com/the college experience. God, I mean, I'm exhausted. It felt like March Madness. I mean, it felt like March 18th today or whatever the hell day it normally drops on. I got several calls, text messages regarding certain games. Turn it over to this one. Turn it over to that one. What a fucking day of hoops. I'm telling you,
I felt like the most popular girl at school. A lot of people hitting me up for certain games that they wanted bets on or whatever. And yeah, it was good shit today.
It's a feeling everyone needs to feel, huh? YouTube.com/the college experience. Get on over there, hit that like and subscribe button. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
I mean, well, I'm looking at the first games we got to talk about, and I'm like, that was today? That happened today? I guess
15 hours ago.
I guess technically it was yesterday. But good Lord. I'm a big fan of the Follow. I think it's Super 70 Sports or something like that. I think they do great work for the most part. But I saw them tweet out a picture of I don't know if it was Ralph Sampson or Takemi Mutombo or someone from the 80s or early 90s. And he said, if there's one sport that's dropped off more than any in all of America, it's college hoops.
Oh, fuck
no. Yeah, I just thought I couldn't disagree with him more. As someone that loved the 90s era, I think this era is better. Now, I will say this. It was probably easier for the lay fan to retain in the 80s and 90s because everyone was on really like the top 30 or 40 teams. And then, you would get those matchups. But I think that maybe I sound crazy. I think the game is the strongest it's been in my lifetime now. And retain because of the portal and everything. But after a day like today, and I had NC Nick text me. He's like, there's so many bangers on this, and there's so many great games in November. They haven't done this shit ever. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. How many great games have we got? And we're not even done with the month yet. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk more about that. But first, I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for the host of the Big 12 College Experience, which you should be subscribed to, and the host of the Ryan and Rush Show, our video coordinator for Hall of Fame Coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin. Give it up for running. Wow. I said give it up for running. Yeah. Give it up for running. Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Money Line Mac. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I've had 44 games today. I won 33 of them. Let's have a day. Shout out to the guy that was fading all my picks. Enjoy your mom's basement.
That was a great YouTube chat today.
Unbelievable. I got your second.
I'm used to the we believe after that, but let's go.
I mean, I did not have that with the Rutgers game and one other game that we'll get to. I actually did have a losing night, but not like I think I was $86 in the red. So didn't have a greatest night, but goddamn, I had the greatest night watching these games for someone that loves college hoops.
Yeah.
Whew, it delivered.
We were on fire for last night's show. Shout out to Buckeye JJ. He said he just hit on a 15-leg parlay for 14,000. 14 of the picks were inspired, or all of the picks were inspired from the show. Thanks to the squad. Mac was super, super close to joining that.
I should have parlayed at one point I was like 17-2, and I go, you dumbass, you should have parlayed it. This will never happen ever again. But yeah, I may never go back to sleep. I mean, I pulled an all-nighter last night to get the show out. It's good karma. You put in the work, yes. You get in the film room, you grind the numbers, and you fucking win ball game. So
Mac called it too. He literally said, "I'm just going to pull for good karma at the end of last night's show."
Oh, and we got a lot to talk about with karma in a second here. So today, yesterday, the first game on the slate was Chicago State and Drexel. And you guys touch this one?
Of course. It's first game of the day. Shout out to Chicago State. They tried to foul themselves out of the cover again. But hey, they won.
They're good. You know what? They're a strong 0-7 or 0-8, I guess. That's whatever they are now. Yeah.
Them and Canisius need to play tomorrow.
That's one way to describe it. I laid the points of Drexel, just barely missed out on that cover. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Colby might have to miss more shows, says Peter. You are probably correct. And after a night like tonight, what the fuck am I doing? Should I go to sleep, guys? I mean, I've been waiting. I know. I like talking. About these matchups.
It's feasting. Yeah. We need you.
Yeah. Siena 64, Jacksonville 75. You know, I love this Dolphin team. I'll be honest. Love this Dolphin team. You know what the fairy dust says it's ran out and with the St. Bernards. Our boy Robert McRae, 21 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, 1 steal, getting it done.
Dude stuffs the stat sheet.
He kills it every fucking time. Anyone bet this?
Yeah, I laid it with Jacksonville just because we talked about it. Like, I felt like Siena kind of peaked. They got the cute little start with McNamara. Now they've come back to what they are, and that's not very good.
Yeah. Gavin Dottie had a big game for them. Duquesne put it on. Old Dominion's fucking horrible, but the Dukes get off the, finally find their stride, win 67-54 against these Monarchs. I don't have much more to add. I didn't watch this game. Did you guys watch this game?
Yeah, Duquesne was able to break it open late, finally get a win. So win number 1 post Dambrot. And it's Old Dominion's really bad. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my alarm clock was not set for me to wake up for Old Dominion Duquesne. So was not awake.
Your loss, brother.
After finishing last night's show at 5.
My loss was I put a large amount of money on the hospital tonight. The hospital historically can get expensive.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not insured. And tonight I was not insured because they only scored 44 points. What the hell is this? You're taking on Tulsa. How do you only score 44 points against Tulsa? Tulsa's terrible. I can't believe this. I was watching this game. They're just fucking horrible. 1 for 12 from 3-point. 8% they shot. 8% from 3. This team's fucking horrible. 18 of 65 from the field.
Too much hype.
Too much hype for sure.
No
one else bet this. I was the only one that bet this thing.
I bet Tulsa.
You sandbagging son of a gun.
They had just lost by 30 and they were like 9 against Detroit. I said, "Oh yeah, this is a drill spot." They're telling us that they're gonna fuck them up here.
Too many patients, not enough rooms.
Yeah,
at the hospital.
Unbelievable, fucking Detroit.
Big Liddy says fucking hospital mac and cheese had spiders in it again.
Eastern Kentucky 77, Southern Illinois 72. I did get eyes on this one. Good win for the Colonels there. They were up by a lot. I actually lost money on this too. Decided to take the Salukis. I'll be honest, I was just kind of
totals are 2-0. This one,
there we go.
This one was a sweat though. From what it looks like, again, I unfortunately did not catch this one with my own two eyes, but Southern Illinois struggled in the first half. They only had like 28 points or something. Yeah, they scored 50 in the second half to help me cover this. So that was clutched up.
Wait, what? Southern Illinois was favored.
I had the total. I had higher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Higher's underdog.
I ate shit on this. Gardner Webb 73, Sela 69. This was a pretty good game here. Sela was winning at halftime. Did any of you guys wager on this one?
I took Gardner Webb. I got lucky on this one. Sela had the lead with 3-4 minutes left. I felt like they actually had the lead majority of the second half. Got a fortunate foul call at the end and made both free throws and was able to push that number over the 3.5. But just an overall pretty good game. Evenly matched teams.
Miami, Ohio 75, Mercer 72. I mean, like even the smaller games delivered in regard. This game was a pretty good game.
I was on the right side of it. That one kind of smelled a little bit.
And Colby, to your point of what NC Nick texted you, I think a lot of it has to do with we have access to more games where nobody would have ever seen a Gardner Webb versus Sela or an Eastern Kentucky, Southern Illinois, and foreign countries at this time of year. But with I know it's a pain in the ass to pay for it, but with ESPN Plus, I think it's definitely changed the game of just seeing that these teams at the mid-major level aren't bad. They're not that far off from the high majors.
Yeah, I think that, and I also think there's more like with this NIL tournament they're doing in Vegas. And just to me, I think, I don't know how, but they've got it together some. Like, there's just more big-time matchups.
I also tip my cap to social media. Social media is also shining a huge light on all these smaller games too. There's just each team has accounts, and all the players themselves either have friends or family that are promoting it. Like that kind of stuff is great for the game of college basketball. We didn't have that back in the 90s.
Yeah.
I wasn't alive in the 90s, but
I remember like four or 5 years ago. You missed John Wayne Bobbitt, buddy. 4 or 5 years ago, I think it was like the ACC opened up with a conference game. I think it was Pitt Syracuse, if memory serves me correct. Opening night, and Boeheim fucking went AWOL about like you don't start off with conference games. And look, maybe that. I'll tell you this, I've been watching college hoops since the fucking late 80s, and you did not get this many bangers to start the season. Like, it just wasn't there. And that's why I would push back. Not only do I think it's better because of the portal in a way. I mean, I know the portal can be a pain in the ass, but I also think like the fact you can go and strengthen your team and find one, you have one weakness, you can go out there and get somebody. I think it's a strength to the sport that these teams are bettered. And I can remember teams winning by 70, 80 points on the regular back in the day.
And also the transfer portal, I've always argued this. It's good in both ways, because the negative side of it is a lot of the mid-major stars, they get poached from these programs and they go to the big programs. But a lot of the bigger programs, when they have top-notch recruits that don't get playing time, they're often unhappy, and then they take a step down, and now they turn into stars for some of these mid-major programs that can recruit the portal. I think it helps the competition level itself out completely around the nation.
Yeah. And Rob, yes, I am a fan of that NIL tournament. I think
not the format. Their
yes.
The championship on Saturday is beyond stupid.
Amen. But I think it's just good to me. Like, I can just picture my friends playing pickup. If you put $100 on the line, you're gonna focus a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be. And to me, what I love too, and what I don't think a lot of people are realizing, because I've seen a lot of people talk shit about it. Guess what's destroyed our sport? TV networks. This money coming in now, granted, it's coming in from Saudi Arabia, but
it's corrupt.
I'm just saying the TV networks aren't in charge of it. Essentially, they hire, like they go then, and it's on TV and everything. But I'm just saying, like, the money came in and the TV chased that. The money came in, and I just read a great article on it in the San Diego Tribune. Look, say what you want about where the money's coming from. I'm on board, but trust me, it's coming everywhere. By the way, whether it's Live Golf, whether it's whatever, I understand that side of it. But what I do like is I like some of the power out of the TV network's hands. I think that's a good thing, and that could be healthy for the sport. Does that make sense?
I'm following. Yeah. It is interesting watching regular season games now on TNT and TBS.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. Hopefully they can continue to grow in that.
I always thought it was weird that March Madness featured games on networks that didn't televise college basketball all year long. I always hated that you had panelists that didn't watch the game the entire season, and they would come in and, give out analysis and joke around and give picks or whatever. And that always kind of drove me up a wall, and it is what it is. But like, now at least they are dipping their toes into it, and I have a little bit more respect for it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't want to say I'm like 100% behind that. I just think a silver lining in all of this could be, like, the TV execs are the reason why we have Maryland and fucking Oregon in the same conference. You know what I mean? And I think that's terrible for the sport. What doesn't even matter the sport. It could be fucking swimming. And I'd be like, why? To me, if you can take a little bit of the power out of their hands, the sport, I think, could be healthier. Yes, it's a dangerous, it's not, it'll be interesting to see, but it's almost like a pay-per-view fight. Like, you could make the case in certain situations it could improve it, but it's a slippery slope. I'll say that.
Another great example here is, Kay Gliddy mentioning Rutgers. They have the perfect situation where one of the best players in the freshman class has this lineage, bloodline of playing for Rutgers basketball, and they've got enough NIL where they can go create a dynamic duo with a buddy of his, and they have two of the best players in the country, and it's at Rutgers. Like, if you walked into the rack, you'd be like, how? Hell? What? But
yeah,
like, college basketball is in a tremendous spot.
Yeah. And I think, you look before and you'd be like, oh man, look how deep Carolina and Georgetown and Syracuse were, whatever. Those teams were super deep, but when they played fucking Lehigh, they would win by 85 fucking points. I remember those games because guess what? As a broke kid, those were the games you could afford to go to. I remember going to a Maryland Eastern Shore game. It was like I was like, they're up by 67 at halftime. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah. So I know some of those games still happen. Mississippi Valley State still plays basketball, but it's to me, the game is better now as far as like there's better basketball being played from a mid-major point of view all the way to even in your own conference, whether it's SEC, Big 10, whoever, Big 12. Anyway, folks, what to tell you, the college basketball experience is brought to you by, well, first in honor of Thanksgiving, we're running a massive merch sale. I mean, get that We Believe ECU t-shirt. We got, and Noah, what's another one? Fire away with another one.
I mean, Mac loves to eat shit pit.
Oh yeah, that one that'll get you laid in certain spots.
That one might not be one of my favorites, but there's always the sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit shirt. Also, don't fade the troops. So plenty of Dundeeisms that are out there in the store, and also there's plenty of other merch lines that you can venture into in SGPN. You don't even have to really listen to the shows, but most of them are
tees.
Most of them are kind of like, global, I would say, like phrases that most people would kind of understand. And also, if you just want to rep the brand, there's
Mike Leach, man, my friend Mike Leach, may he rest in peace. We have a shirt dedicated to our friend. He was the first guy to essentially kind of, I like to think of it as like our first break in the industry was when he invited us up. So we have a t-shirt to honor Coach Leach. Go check out that. Everything is 25% off with the promo code Black Friday. That's right. 25% off everything. You can get yourself a dog bowl, SGPN dog bowl. It's fire. So get on over there. All right. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride. Alec in the chat saying, do you guys think coaches are better nowadays in terms of more depth of quality coaches?
That's actually like the one negative thing. If you wanted to nitpick with college basketball, we've lost a lot of legendary coaches because they don't like the new way that this thing's going. But
that's,
I would say no.
I mean, I'd say yes and no. I don't know. Like some of those legendary coaches, the game is so much different. They had so much fucking power. I mean, we talked about like, I have a hard time. I try to just remember that the times were different because I could sit there and like, I used to love Bill Snyder, Kansas State football. And I know I'm using a football example, but this happened in basketball. I know Bobby Knight was notorious for this. They would block these kids' transfers that were like 13th man on the bench, or 13th man on the team. And you're just like, dude, he's been with your program 3 years. He just wants to fucking play basketball, man. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you're going to fucking sit here. You're going to learn discipline. And like, I'm all over the place on that. Cause I'm like, discipline for the first 3 years, maybe, but you're being a dickhead now. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where I would say, in certain ways, I think, and I would be curious. I think that the coaching might be better in the mid-major ranks today than it was, say, with the exception of like fucking Tarkanian or something. Maybe then. I mean, Mac, I don't know. You were closer to a lot of great coaches. What's your take on it?
I would say the coaching at the high major is nowhere near what it was. I actually think it's definitely way down. But I do agree that there's just a lot of, and I think this is why I love the coaches tour, the summer coaches tour that we do that we're going to do every year now, is there's a lot of really good, talented young coaches that just don't get the notoriety on a national scale. So, and we're seeing it with like Ben McCollum. There's a lot of really good D2 coaches that just haven't got their break yet. So I would say that it's good lower. The gap has shrunk, if that makes sense.
Fair. I mean, you definitely had some great coaches, but I would also say like, and correct me if I'm wrong, some of these coaches / universities were tied to Nike and Adidas money. And there were certain universities that just didn't have a chance at that.
Yep.
Now that that's been detonated, I think the game is healthier in a way because of that. Now, yes, you still have your tie-ins. Nike's still with Oregon, but to me, it was harder to break through as a mid-major coach or maybe a non-traditional power, say 20 years ago than today. Would you agree to that?
I would agree. Yeah.
I hate to rain on the parade, but we've recapped 10 games in 25 minutes and we've got 70 games.
10-hour episode.
Yeah. I get a kick out of Julio's all caps in the chat every night. So shout out to you, Julio. It gives me a good laugh.
You don't have to use proper punctuation. You can type faster.
I'm just like, why is this guy over here putting all caps? I go, oh, it's just Julio.
So I decided to bet the Hampton Pirates today.
Betting breakfast.
They should have won that.
Woo.
I didn't have the balls to pull the trigger.
High Point. What's happening here? Yeah. I mean, you won 76-73.
This is a team that contained a lot of their stars from last year, and a lot of them didn't hit the portal and leave for high major competition, and they're struggling right now, like in a way. Like, so it's not like I know some people disagreed with my point that I made earlier on the show, but it goes both ways. Sometimes you might have had just a magical season, won a lot of close games with some players, and don't have the same magic in year 2 or whatever. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch, though. I'll tell you that. Fordham 64, San Francisco 85.
This was never a game.
Yeah. I locked up the Dons last night. That was one of my better plays.
Yeah.
Maybe my best play of the night. San Diego State on the money line against Michael Creighton. Welcome to Jurassic Park. The Big East sucks, guys.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Throw UConn into the bunch of frauds.
Get to them here in a minute.
I mean, San Diego State was scoring the ball. You know what? I kind of like this team's scoring capabilities much better than.
And they don't even have their best offensive player. Yeah. Reese Waters is out still. So
BJ Davis had a big game. It was just and the like Creighton's defense. I mean, how many open layups did? I feel like San Diego State had a good chunk of open layups. My guy Miles Bird, remember I had interviewed him at Mountain West Media Day, or the guy prior was like, who's your favorite NBA player? He's like, NBA, I don't give a fuck about the NBA. Right? He's like, I love college hoops. I don't watch that garbage. I was like, whoa. Normally you don't hear players say that. I was like, okay.
That's my job.
Like, may I buy you a drink, good sir? I know we're here, but 71-53. What is up with Creighton though, Mac? This is troubling, I would say.
Yeah, now in fairness to them, they didn't have their starting point guard, Stephen Ashworth, but he's going to be out a minute, so they got to figure it out without him. San Diego State's not really the team I want to play without starting point guard. They look like Dutcher. They look like a team that practiced all week after that embarrassing Gonzaga loss at home for their standards, and they got after it. They were way better defensively, flying around, more disciplined. They're getting better. That's what they do.
So I was listening to the Field of 68 as there was the Rutgers Notre Dame and the last Maui game going on. I had an extra TV.
I don't get.
So Goodman, for what it's worth, said that Ashworth might not have been as severe injury as they originally thought. So like last night, there was like a rumor that he would be out for the season. I don't believe that's going to be the case now. So that's good news for Creighton.
He exaggerates everything. He said Avila was going to be out 8 weeks. He was out like fucking 3 for the fucking ankle.
That's true, but I mean, guys. I don't. He wasn't the one that said it. Somebody in the chat came out yesterday and mentioned it. In this game, though, this is what happens when you don't have the starting point guard. Pop Isaacs takes over, and it's the Pop Isaacs show. And I wasn't impressed with some of the shot selection of the day today for Creighton. And in general, I think Nebraska may have exposed the game plan on how to play defense against these guys. Because once again, I think Kalkbrenner was kind of kept in check from his first couple of games where he was just absolutely explosive, lighting up the scoreboard. I still think they're missing like a shooter or two. And Zugic was that guy that I was mentioning in the preseason that would be that. But he needs to get cleared by the NCAA.
I cashed on the Governors of Austin Peay against Georgia State.
Triple lock.
Yes,
Triple lock.
Let's go. And I missed this game. I don't even think I picked it, but I would have. I would have bet this. But I'm having a hard time. I feel like I get lazy. I wake up so much later. The games all start going. When I was in California, it was so much easier. It was like, you wake up, I was organized. Have your cup of coffee, Here it's like you wake up, you're like, holy shit, I got games going on in like 5 seconds. You know what I mean?
Have the TV in your room. That way, if you're like not ready to roll out of bed yet, you just go, all right, we're good.
Says the guy that wakes up at 3:00 in the afternoon and he misses the first 10 fucking games. Hey, what happened? How did UAB cover?
I'm not kidding you. TV in the room right here, and then I have the tablet and my phone charging on the bed next to me. So when I wake up, if I can't literally roll out of bed because I'm still delirious, I have a 3-screen setup right away.
my problem is this. I would when I lived in LA just recently, I would finish the show at like 1 or 2 in the morning. And then I would just be like, oh, let me place my bets all right then.
Yeah.
But now you get done and it's like 6 in the morning. You're like, fuck, let me go to sleep. I'll make my bets tomorrow morning. I don't want to wager with fucking this much cloud brain. And then you wake up and you're just like crazy. Just like, so I missed this game. You know, I would have bet this game. Bethune-Cookman 79, North Dakota 67. This was on the extra picks page. Those bastards, they hide that. It bothers me. It bothers me. And this cloud brain defeated me here because I would have bet Bethune-Cookman. Shout out to my Wildcats. And you know, I would have bet them, guys. You know, how much money have I put on Bethune-Cookman? I probably put more money on Bethune-Cookman than Barkley gave them. All right.
We gave out your lock last night on the show, and I started the day 16-2, and one of the fucking losses was the Bethune-Cookman. I go, fucking Colby's Bethune-Cookman team is one of my 2 losses so far. They look good today. They were the better team. There was no doubt. And North Dakota hasn't been bad either. That was a nice little win for them.
The Juice put me in my place saying, Noah, you ain't giving out waking up tips when you slept on the live show last season.
That was great.
That was great. That was great. Ate shit on this one though, because I decided to lay the points with Louisiana Tech and Richmond made it a game 65-62. It's pesky Chris Mooney squad. Anyone else bet La Tech with me, or just am I the fucking idiot? You bet Richmond, did you?
I bet Richmond because we finally got him as a dog. It was the first time he had been a dog all year. He'd been a favorite and couldn't cover anything. Mooney's hard to prepare for. I'm sure prep with that fucked up high post Princeton offense. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Luckily, I was not on the show last night.
I got into a little bit of a back and forth with Mac on this game too.
I look like
I
a
had
fucking
a whole
genius.
boatload of shit here.
Well, let me tell you, the pride and tradition of the Colorado Buffaloes showed up today. All right, it will not be tested. All right. Holy shit! I mean. I just need to just take control of this right now and say, I've been watching Colorado hoops for far too long than any sane human being. They were so bad in the 90s, you know, short of the Chauncey Billups year or 2 we had there. I think only 1 year we went to the tournament and lost, if memory serves me correct, to Carolina. We had Donnie Boyce who could light it up in the mid 90s, but we would just get destroyed in Big 8 play. I mean, okay. I questioned Tad Boyle last year, and I think I was proven correct by when people saw the NBA draft. But I did not see this coming this year. This is unbelievable. Colorado 73, UConn 72. Karma. Back to my conversation earlier about karma.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Danny Hurley. Good God. He gets in front of a mic and says we won back-to-back national championships, so we're entitled to calls that other teams should not get. Fuck you, dude. Hilarious. Oh my God. There's no one more annoying on planet Earth. Like he's just.
He's great for college basketball though.
Oh, you need a villain, but I'm saying like as far as like to expect that and his temper tantrums, dude. If my fucking son did that, I'd fucking I'd tie him to the back of the car. You know what I mean? Like
in the car after the game.
This game's incredible, by the way. I just can't believe Colorado won. Mac, your thoughts on everything, Danny Hurley and this game, but also his antics.
Yeah, he's a nut job, and everybody was just
about
like
it a little last night. Too.
Yeah, everybody just was like, "Oh, he's gonna get after them, and they're gonna magically fix things." He gets after them every day because he's a nut job every day. They have fundamental issues on that team. As of right now, they're an NIT team. They're way closer to the NIT than they are to getting back to a third straight Final Four in a national championship. They don't protect the rim. They don't guard the ball. They're horrible defensively, like you talked about, and they're still trying to figure out their roles. And I think Colorado, you just tab Boyle more with less. When there's expectations, you want to fade him, but now he's flying under the radar. That team plays together. They just share the ball. There's not that superstar guy. And just what a win. What a win for Tab Boyle. I like Tab Boyle. And I was so happy that they were ultimately got this win over UConn.
I am enjoying that UConn is finally hitting some adversity, and this has been a long time coming. But I mean, let's not overreact and call them an NIT team. They have a 1-point loss to Colorado, and they lost in overtime to Memphis in an absolute great game.
You know what the problem is
they have a top 10 offense in the country. It's just the defense is just miles behind it right now.
Against who? Commerce? Against who? Who have they beat?
The staff is tremendous offensively, and we know this. I don't know why you're trying to pretend like.
Yeah, I went through this.
That coaching staff is won back-to-back national championships, and once again, like they're just really good on the offensive side of the ball. The defense gonna come along, but there's a lot of new pieces. We knew that this was gonna come. I don't know why we're talking about like they're an NIT team all of a sudden.
Well, that's because they don't have an ECU transfer on their team.
They lost 5 to 6 first-round picks in the last year. A&M Mahaney leads. How's St. Mary's doing? I think they're still undefeated. They don't miss him. I don't like what they did in the portal.
Been contributor at all.
Yeah, I don't like what they did in the portal. I don't think they're very good. I just think that we're giving Hurley the benefit of the doubt, and they'll probably end up getting to the tournament. But
why wouldn't you give Hurley the benefit of the doubt?
I mean, you take out the last 2 years, they've been average.
I mean, like, why are we going to take out the last 2 years?
I mean, there's more years outside of 2 years.
Yeah, but in the last 2 years, the era and the game, the landscape has changed a little bit.
With all those first-round picks, they don't have those dudes anymore. It's like Florida State in football. I don't
know if all of these guys were first-round picks when they landed in stores.
All right, we'll see. I'm gonna keep.
We will see.
I'm gonna bet against them every single game till January.
I'll say
this: you shouldn't bet on them right now. They're just very overvalued. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Kill Colorado today.
I did. I thought it was, they had a bad performance against Memphis. They would bounce back, but apparently they didn't.
They're going to lose again tomorrow.
Oh yeah, let's go. I just want to say that's probably Colorado's best win in their career. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. They had that game winner against Kansas in Boulder, but the fact this was neutral.
In program history, you mean?
I mean, my lifetime. I mean, sure. I mean, they probably beat like the number 1 team in like 1927 with the goddamn 4 corners offense or something. But you know what I mean? Like in my lifetime, there's a Kansas game winner that I remember where they stormed the court, but that was in Boulder, where I feel like that, we have some good wins in Boulder, but like on a neutral site, by far the best. All right, moving along. Cashed. What's that?
Well, Hurley was a little right today. That over the back call was an over the back call.
I ain't listening to that. That
was a foul today.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I think it's hilarious that it wasn't called today and it was called yesterday.
He cries from the opening tip.
Yeah, he's a bitch, dude. He's a fucking bitch, dude.
Mention that though, like that was an over the back.
Okay, well, you could mention 1,000 calls in a game. He will defend anything that his team benefits from.
The issue here is the front court. Both of them fouled out, and that is the weakness of this team. The interior defense is a glaring hole.
Yeah, And we'll see. I mean, who do they got? I mean, I know they have who they have tomorrow. No. I'm saying coming up, they have Baylor, Texas, Gonzaga, Xavier. Have fun.
The first 4 years while he was there, 16 and 17, 19 and 12, 15 and 8, 23 and 10. They're way closer to that. They're closer to the 16 and 17. Remember, Jim Calhoun missed the NCAA tournament after a national championship too. So did Kevin Ollie when they lost.
This guy did go back to back.
Lost ECU that year.
Because he brought back guys. He doesn't have anybody back besides Caravan. There's nobody back.
Yeah. I think they're going to struggle. I mean, I don't want to say they're NIT for sure yet, but they better fix it fast because that's a lot of losses coming up if they don't get their shit together.
That's the only point I wanted to push back. I was just playing devil's advocate. They're not good right now.
Yeah. Cash. I think we all cashed right on West Georgia against Utah Valley. My Wolves are being disrespected night in and night out. Mac, your thoughts?
Dude, no, you better stop hating on this team too, baby. West Georgia's a wagon.
I did not play the Wolves.
He was not buying this last night and say, fuck you, let's go.
Yeah, I was going to just stay silent and let this one fly.
I'm more passionate about this than UConn. West Georgia's my team.
Denver 54, Bieniek, I'm sorry. Utah Tech 68.
I've been on the right side of this team, I think, almost every game this year. Just fade them when they're on the road.
Just they're terrible, right? Bryant 97, Tennessee State 85. I didn't bet. Did anyone bet any of those?
I bet Bryant. Bryant's a hard team to fucking gauge. I'm not gonna lie, but
tell me about it.
Them.
Ate shit with them the other night. Folks, want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all the sports: college hoops, college football, NFL, MMA, NBA, NHL, NASCAR, and much more. You can now use specials and boost on all flex entries as well. So sign up, and when you do, sign up with the promo code TCE SGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCE SGPN. All right.
By the way, they've got a Fire Feast Week promo going on right now. So, it's really good promotion that they're doing over there at Underdog Fantasy right now. There's like 20-ish games to decipher for player projections right now.
Yeah, get on over there. Promo code TCE SGPN. You can find an edge you can't find elsewhere. I did take the Clemson Tigers against the Penn State Nittany Lions, 75-67. They get it done. I mean, Brad Brownell only took about 12 years, but he got that thing going.
That was a locker one too.
Where do you have them among the ACC?
That's a fair question. That's a good question. I think third.
I think a third or fourth, right? I think like right around there, right?
Them and Pitt are kind of 3-4, Carolina, and then Duke 1-2.
Yeah.
When we did the show, probably 2-3 weeks before the season, before the Tony Bennett news, I had North Carolina, Miami, and Virginia ahead of them. I would only have North Carolina ahead of them out of those guys. So third.
Yeah. Well, Virginia, I think we all would have faded had we known.
Hey, yes. Veta makes a good point. Don't sleep on the Seminoles.
They are playing good.
The Seminoles could be a dark horse.
Don't put words into her mouth, though. I don't know if she said that.
I was jumping the gun.
I'm sure she loves the shout that you're giving them. But
all right, moving forward, we got dude, I ate a big old bag of shit on this one. This score was closer than the finals. I felt very good about A&M beating Oregon.
Oh my God. What happened here?
To win by 10 is very deceiving. This was like Oregon made a runner with like 20 seconds left. I don't even remember. So that gave them like the win essentially. And then just free throws got this thing to 10. Either way though, A&M, but the buzzsaw when they're projected to be good, he kind of sucks, dude. He's got a little bit of Tad Boyle to him.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. Like, I don't want to take them as a favorite ever again. They just maybe if
they should beat this Oregon team.
Yeah, they should have won the game, but they just they don't run any offense. It's just like ISO somebody and then go get it off the backboard. They're painful to watch, to be honest. And then they Altman outcoached him. I thought
so too, man.
I thought so too. Timeouts, stopped the runs, changed defenses, and that's why I took Oregon. I love Altman as a dog, and he's been so good in Vegas for whatever reason over the years.
In the final 10 minutes of this game, Oregon outscored them, I think 32-18.
I mean, these games were fire today, man. Like every fucking game,
every window delivered.
If you didn't watch this game, you're like, 10-point game. No, this was like a fucking buzzer, like pretty much like the final possession of the game. Murray State 79, UT Arlington 66. Forget who I took. Did you bet that?
No, I took Arlington.
I took Arlington too, I think. Bieniek.
I was on the way there.
Yeah. Nice play. I did lock this one, and they've been a darling of mine every single day. The Jackrabbits, South Dakota State 75. Get this Missouri State bullshit out of here. 75-55. Is South Dakota State going to run away with the Summit?
I don't think so, because I think the Tommies are really fucking good too.
NDSU is not bad either, man.
Yeah, the Bison are good.
Yeah.
I like the Roos too.
The Roos aren't bad. Yeah, but I mean, Eric Henderson, the rebuild year, he sprinkled fairy dust on us.
Man.
We're rolling. I'm riding them, baby.
How about the big man, Oscar Clough? I think his name was.
Yes, right? He was the one returner. From last year.
Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today.
Henderson was leaving the breadcrumbs on Mac's off-season tour. Like, we're gonna start pretty slow. We're gonna be breaking in a couple of freshmen this season, and holy shit.
Next time I have Henderson on, he's gonna be a high major coach. That's where we're trending right now. He runs a damn good program out there.
I mean, South Dakota State has just been churning out these guys left and right now.
Another good couple games here, depending on, potentially terrible if you were on the wrong side of these, but Wyoming 64, Tulane 63, a rock fight here, but the Cowboys and Sundance Wicks come out victorious against L. Ron Hunter. Battlefield Earth over there is happening. And
this was a game winner too.
Yeah, I think we shared this on our social. Tulane's been a disappointment. I thought Ron Hunter would work out there, man.
Yeah, we talked about this another night too. Like they kind of just fell apart, and this was not the team to enter a pivotal year with. They were super young, inexperienced. Like I think both Mac and I picked them last in the AAC this season, and they'd started off kind of thrown off us on their scent early this season, but this is kind of the team that we expected here.
Another one, Cleveland State and NJIT. I mean, the Cleveland State almost made headline news, but they survive. They win in another just shit fest, 56-53 against the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Did you bet on NJIT?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Because this is how I knew the day was going really, really well. It's about 21-3 at this point, and NJIT was up at the half. I go, I can't do anything wrong today. If NJIT is leading at the half, it's my day. They should have damn won the game. Who's Cleveland State to be like 12?
Yeah.
Sell your stock in the Vikings. They've lost all the momentum in that program.
They suck.
I've seen people coming at us on social media saying, when are you guys going to give Memphis their respect? I've taken Memphis every goddamn time except the Missouri game. Right? I feel like the Missouri game I got burned on the opening night. I've been all over these Memphis Tigers as they get it done against Michigan State.
I saw that too.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a second. I'm locking them night in, night out. This is strictly coming at Mac. I think that's what that means.
You commented with this reply. You're like Dash Dundee, and I was like, oh, Fuck Dundee. I'm going in here and I'm commenting Dash Noah because I've got a 30-1 ticket on these guys to win the Maui Invitational. Ooh, I'm the biggest Memphis fan here right now.
We're getting a lot of hate. Max is louder than us, I feel like, because I'm sitting over here like night in, night out. I'm like, oh, they're gonna win outright.
Memphis.
Yeah. I had them against San Francisco in a lock battle win. I had them on the money line against UConn. I had them today. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why am I getting shit on here? Mac, your thoughts?
I had him against UConn, and I had him as a dark horse. Now, I'm going to remind those people, when you lose to Rice at home this year and South Florida at home again this year, I'm going to screen that
East Carolina.
Right back
It's East Carolina that will get him.
14
he's like Cliff Kingsbury, Penny Hardaway. He's a first half guy, November, December, January, February, and he tanks.
You can still start 17-3.
He fired Stansbury. He fired Stansbury. This team the stock is going up on this team. All right.
Hey, last year they went like 17-3.
Mike Davis, Detroit.
Yeah. Well, Bieniek, I'm sorry. What were you saying, man?
He can start the season 17-3, but we know all the mind-numbing losses in the non-conference that act like black eyes to your resume are going to come.
They'll still be on the bubble by the end. Don't worry, Memphis. You'll be on the bubble by the end.
You turned the corner. When he fired Stansbury, I bought stock. All right. I started going to FedEx just because. Right?
You have these resume stamping wins. Welcome to the 8-9 game.
Didn't they win the Bahamas last year? They rolled through the Bahamas.
I think they did. Yeah.
And they won at Missouri. They won at A&M. They beat Clemson, and they still didn't miss the tournament.
I pulled up their MTE record when I gave them out as a pick or whatever. They were money.
Yeah. Western Kentucky. If you got this number, see, I did the SGP show, and we called this at a very low number, so I would have lost on that. But this thing cashed tops, but Kentucky finally doesn't cover a game. They still look fantastic.
Great pick, Mac.
Finally, they can't cover every game. I mean,
I took the tops, but we had to make up the number because the number wasn't out yet.
Yeah,
and I think we had it at 17.5 or 18, and that's going to count as a loss on my stat sheet over there. That's bullshit. It's a fucking win. All right.
I heard they've been on you about rigging the numbers. This one rigged against you.
Well, a lot of them have rigged against me. It's hard to project fucking numbers. All right, it's hard to project who's playing.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting there like I'm sitting there like I pull up like 10 different things. I don't know how Noah does his cocktail napkin. I don't even want to cocktail napkin. But
that just tries to establish an edge. I wouldn't set that like for bookmaking numbers.
Yeah. So it's like you're trying to. I was short on that. But Radford 69, IPFW 56. Nice win for the Highlanders.
That's a big time win, and this was not a fluke. They were up 14-1 on the pregame show. Started the pregame show. Somebody puts in the chat they're up 14-1, threw it on. They went up as many as 20. They're having a good little non-con. They lost their bye games. Every other game they've won. They've won 6 out of 7. So my guy Darius Nichols doing a good job. Hopefully they can stay healthy because this is where they hit the wall last year.
Yeah, they took down my darling in the Macedons there. So great win.
Yeah, that was a good win.
Very good win.
Macedons are good.
Folks, want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie's been running on SGPN for years. Check out their new and improved website. It's great on mobile. Plus props for every game, and the live dealer casino is always a blast. Look, I like Memphis to cover in football on Thanksgiving. Give me the 14.5 in New Orleans at Yeoman Stadium. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Plus, they're going to give you a little $10 casino chip just to get your beak wet. It's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. SGPN's proud partner. Rhythm is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds and get predictions for betting on money lines, spreads, totals, props. You can copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard, probably still win. All right, or you can build your own. That's what I do. and have it adjust around that. And you can now track the props in the Rhythm app. They just introduced college hoops a couple of weeks back. Mix that with college football, NBA, NFL. They got it all. All right. Claim your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right. We are back. And Clark, thank you, buddy. Is Clark still in the chat? Because I want to know how many human beings were at the Georgetown game today, because they beat Wagner by 25. They covered, and I didn't watch one damn second of this game. Mac, did you catch any of the Wagner Georgetown game?
With all the other good games we had on? No, hell no.
Right? Yeah.
Good win, Ed Cooley. Who did he call out tonight?
Yeah.
I was out in the Hoyas.
Wagner, I guess. Yeah. Hoya fans showed up. How many? How many,
know.
Clark, showed up?
I didn't watch it. So Clark said he watched it.
I hope so. He's a Georgetown fan, you know.
Okay.
He's like a diehard. I root for Georgetown, but I'm just not on the same level. Oh, this one was on campus. Okay. We had a classic going on between the Greyhounds of Loyola, Maryland and VMI, 70-67. Greyhounds prevail. Next, St. Peter's 78, Fairleigh Dickinson 76. All these games were fucking heaters. I didn't watch all of these, but the Peacocks survive. I actually ate shit with that one.
That was too many points. Peacocks on the road at FDU.
We should have bet those last night. No, we said they were too many, but we didn't have I bet 44. I left those out.
St. Francis, PA took down Lehigh. This is one I did call correctly. Yeah. The Red Flash, get it done. Red Flash aren't that bad this year.
No, they're not. This year. They're not. They're not at all. That's a good win. A little bit of a little brother there, and they beat Lehigh a couple times as a big dog.
And then a huge win for Grand Canyon as they take down Stanford and Palm Springs.
They needed this.
They did need this. This was like, maybe they can build on this. 78-71. I did get eyes.
You went out there.
Your mic cut out there.
You're said, did you get eyes on that?
Limited eyes, just because it was not on one of the big networks, but I bet Stanford. I've been trusting Kyle Smith, so I ate shit on this one. I wanted Grand Canyon to show it to me that they could actually win a big game rather than just be the preseason hype train. So I tipped my cap to Grand Canyon. That's a hell of a win. Now who do they have? They have a hell of a game tomorrow or Thursday in the second leg of this. They play
Cal Baptist.
It says Hawaii on KenPom. That can't be right. Oh well.
But maybe it was.
No, yeah. they get Hawaii on Wednesday.
Hawaii was an absolute dogfight with Hawaii Pacific tonight.
Well, they get Life Pacific after that. Then they get. I think you're thinking of Georgia. They get Georgia in a few games.
Was this not an MTE? Stanford and
yeah, I think it was like last year's shit in Palm Springs where they're like it was just 2 games.
Yeah,
got it. Well, hey, anyway, good win, Grand Canyon. 4-3 on the year and a little bit of momentum now.
I decided to bet this game, and you're damn well right. I hit. I got Coppin State plus 29.5 points.
I wanted to play this so bad. You covered this by the hook, didn't you?
I did.
Damn right, we did.
You bet this too? Yes.
Yeah. You had to. The spot.
It's like sit there. It's like what? Shout out to Coppin State coming through for me.
It's the right side all the way, baby.
Another one that was easy cash was Manhattan. The Jaspers getting 17, I think it was.
Did you bet this too?
Yeah. Virginia wins by 9. They did score 74 points, so I guess if you look at it from that regard, that's like a huge success for Virginia. Yeah, Virginia sucks. I'm still convinced watching this that they're not very good. I did bet Western Carolina against Florida State, and I ate a big old bag of shit here. I was getting like 22 points. I was like, Florida State, Western Carolina. What am I missing here? Give me the points. Florida State drilled them by like 40.
Florida State's playing good.
They are playing good, man. They are playing good. And I cashed on this next one with the Bison of North Dakota State, but damn it. They should have won this outright.
Yeah,
it's like a 12-point lead with like 5 minutes left.
No.
Fucking losers.
Samford finished regular time 14-0 run.
Yeah, starting at what time? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I want to say it like 7 minutes left, 6 or 7 minutes left. They were down like 14 points.
Yeah,
unfucking believable. Yeah,
God.
I sprinkled the money line, so I was like,
yeah.
That's a tough beat. How about this ending here? And this is what I mean by like this was, I think, one of the bigger. We might even have to give them a game ball. Boston College beat Boise State, game-winning jumper 3 in the corner.
Boise just ran out of gas there. Completely
Boise
fell apart.
Does this sometimes, man? Like I like Leon Rice a lot, but I feel like they play with their food sometimes in these. I mean, I guess it's an ACC school, so it should always be on the table. They're going to lose, but I just feel like they should win this game by 10 points.
Went 7-2 today. This was one of my 2 duds.
Yeah, this was a dud for me. I loved Boise. I thought that they were the better team. BC was off the miracle win against Missouri State the night before. Boston College, like Avetta says, 6-1. The only loss is the VCU, so they don't have a bad loss. Maybe they can sneak into the ACC discussion.
Yeah. How about the Leathernecks of Western Illinois taking down South Alabama by 1? Man, every game was fire today. Then let's get to this because I ate a big old bag of shit on this one. Alabama 85, Houston 80 and overtime, but the game fucking delivered, man.
Yeah.
The game delivered. I would love for them to guard Mark Sears on some of these threes.
This window was loaded with.
I mean, this is when I was getting texts from multiple friends of mine that were just like, it feels like March Madness. Every game is fire right now. Like every game is like a buzzer beater, final possession. Huge win for Bama. Huge win for the SEC, which I feel like continues to dominate this college basketball season. You know, I am not a proponent of that, but since their football conference is way down, it only makes sense that their basketball conference be way up. Mac, your thoughts on the Cougs losing to another SEC foe?
Yeah, man, they gave both Auburn and Alabama away. They had a 10-point lead in Auburn and then up 4 with 4 to go. I think they got me personally. I thought they got kind of a shitty whistle down the stretch. I thought they fouled out their guards and that changed the whole momentum. Sears did a good acting job a couple times there with the head fake, the head bob on a little bit of contact. But Alabama, they don't quit. They keep coming at you, and that's a big win for Nate Oates. And you give him credit, man. He doesn't shy away from playing anybody. I mean, he plays everybody. Who do they got next? Well, I mean, after they got
the players
they
there.
got Rutgers
Tomorrow,
Rutgers.
Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina,
Yeah.
And then they got Creighton. So
that should be an easy win, the Creighton game. But
Houston's got to figure some shit out offensively though without Shed. This is 2 games against Auburn and Alabama where they just have struggled at the end to score because Shed was their closer last year.
We were in the pregame show, and Max Hoffmeyer jumped in and offered some insight on a couple of the games that we were talking about. This is one that he drilled to a T. He said live bet this one, and based on how the refs are calling it, if it's tight, it's going to favor Alabama. If it's a little bit looser, it'll favor Houston. Well, there was 75 free throws taken between the 2 teams. That 100% went Alabama's way because I don't think Houston's depth is nearly as good as Alabama's. That's one of the strengths of this Crimson Tide team this year, and also like that's just the style of ball that Houston plays. I compared it to this before Colby even jumped into this call when it was just Mac and I. like Houston plays defense the way you would want cornerbacks and defensive backs in football to play. They're going to be handsy as fuck. They're going to be really physical, and they're going to dare the referees to throw a flag on every single play. And if that happens, you just kind of tip your cap and you say, "Oh no, we're playing physical. That's kind of our ball. We're going to make you earn every single yard or every single basket that you get." That kind of happened today. I thought it was an outstanding game.
Yeah, it was a great game. I'd prefer they swallow the whistle a little more too.
Kelvin needs to just start acting like Dan Hurley. Maybe he'll get a call or two. Just start fucking bitching and falling down. Maybe that'll work because he's getting shafted a couple of these bigger games.
No, but he's a decent human being. So Iowa drills upstate, South Carolina upstate, of course. This one I thought was one of the bigger shockers. Loyola Marymount without Kelly LePepe, obviously. He's graduated. He's playing pro ball in Australia. They drilled Belmont tonight, 77-63. What? I did not have this going that way. Mac, your thoughts on the Lions of LMU? I guess they always are good to get up for a game or two and fuck up somebody. But were you surprised here?
We had a triple lock on this on the pregame show. Me, Capper, and Trevor, and it's just these teams that lay an egg right before the foreign trip. They go into it super focused and back against the wall. We got to get this home loss that we just laid an egg in, and this is a great opportunity against a Belmont team. It's kind of suspending reality, is what I like to say. And they did so. I mean, they got drilled by North Dakota. They had lost 3 in a row, and they showed up tonight in a big way compared to Belmont, who was hot coming in and kind of just went through the motions, thought that they would walk all over Loyola Marymount. So let's go.
Joe Golding and UTEP just destroyed Long Beach State.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How bad is Long Beach?
Yeah, I mean, and then even more puzzling was like UTEP looked like shit against San Jose State after we cashed on them against Santa Barbara. They looked terrible against San Jose, and then they bounced back and shut down Long Beach. 44 points by Long Beach State. Whew.
Yeah.
That game was in Vegas. Yeah, I mean the Miners. Who are they? Iowa State Dayton was an awesome game.
Yeah.
These poor Dayton Flyers. I feel like they've played good enough to win both of their games, but they're 0-2.
Yep. And your reward is UConn, the back-to-back national champs.
I think Dayton might beat them.
That's a huge opportunity.
Yeah. 89-84. What a win by the Clones. And what a game. This game was awesome. This is what I mean. This game was a very, very good basketball game. Mac, your thoughts?
2 great fan bases, too. I mean, they showed up. I mean, you know me, man. I could watch Iowa State play all day. Iowa State's like the way that they play defense, get after you, and then I love their guards, and I love what Curtis Jones can bring for them, instant offense off the bench. Because like they go through these droughts and they just bring Kurt Jones in, and it's just like go get a bucket. We can't score worth of shit. So and he'll run off like 15 in a row. Good win for the Clones.
Watching this game. I was very impressed with Dayton. I honestly
they're good.
I thought they were the better team. They dealt with a little bit of foul trouble in this thing too. 3 starters in foul trouble. And Iowa State's defense is just impressive. They steal extra possessions, in timely opportunities offensively. And I think that was the difference today for Iowa State. So,
yeah. I have been thoroughly impressed with Dayton despite their losses too. Bieniek, I'm assuming you went along with this journey with me, and guess what? I was at a crossroads. I was at a crossroads in life, and I chose Bieniek's side over my own fucking heart.
This was the other dud.
I will not choose this again. I fail you. I apologize to my loyal Eastern Michigan Eagles. I don't know what I was thinking with these Lumberjacks because I ate shit, but Bieniek sprinkled fairy dust on me about this team. I can't believe I didn't take Eastern Michigan. It's not happening again. Eastern Michigan will be picked the rest of the season because they will cover.
They're
the best team in Michigan.
This window was absolutely loaded. This was not on a screen. This game didn't deserve to be.
I was going to say, wait, you said it's loaded. You had this game on?
the fucking free throws were outrageous in difference in this game. EMU had 28-12 for Northern Arizona. That was the difference here. Fuck
yeah, I should have bet EMU. Yeah, but you sprinkled fairy dust on me. I expect a sincere apology letter on my desk by 10 a.m. tomorrow. Cal State Fullerton took down Pepperdine. Didn't watch it. Didn't bet it. Nice win. Regional game.
Finally, they got over the hump.
Yeah. How about the 46-point win by Utah against Mississippi Valley State?
Oh,
I did it.
How many is this Mississippi Valley State's second time in Utah?
Yeah, they're on a back-to-back.
They played BYU.
No, I'm saying like second trip.
They went to K-State, and then they went to...
Didn't they play Utah State earlier in the year? Or am I confusing that with somebody else?
I mean, I can look in a second.
I mean, I don't think it's that important. But
no,
anyway,
first time in BYU.
They played Texas and Missouri. Oh yeah,
okay.
Missouri.
First time in Utah.
I'm confusing them with another SWAC team, I think. Then, nice. I can't believe you bet this. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, but they're up 30 at halftime. They get it done. And then let's get to it. Duke 70. This one I did hit on, and I rode Kansas money line. This game was awesome. It's a shame the refs kicked out Hunter Dickinson, who it's not rare. Rarely am I on the same side of Hunter Dickinson.
Was I surprised? No.
What about Hunter Dickinson? What are
I
we
mean,
talking
that's
about?
what makes him great. Like, I don't think it was needed, but it shouldn't have been a flagrant too.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
But
why do we overreact
them
so much in sports now? I don't understand this. We just overreact in every damn. It doesn't matter what you're watching, right? It's just like our sports, whatever, our society just overreacts on every fucking thing now. This game was awesome. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed watching this. It's a shame that that did happen, but whatever. How about Cooper Flagg had an awesome fucking dunk in this game.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was kind of held in check.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Yeah. I mean, I love watching their Point Harris. I think he's such a good fucking college point guard, man.
Yeah.
Mac, your thoughts on this game?
He's the reason why I have them as my preseason national champion. He's won a national championship already, and his running mate that was there at that time, KJ Adams, was awesome. I mean, what he did, he made. You're not going to shut down Cooper Flagg, but he made him earn every single catch, made everything hard, made a couple big stops late, and then Dickinson goes out. He helped rebound at the end. Kansas isn't even playing well right now, and they just find ways to win. And like I said last night on the show when I took Kansas, shockingly, if you're going to give me the best coach in the game as an underdog on a neutral floor, if you beat me, I'll tip my cap. I mean, Bill Self is as good as anybody in these big game neutral site games. He's won 5 out of 6 against Duke. He's beat Carolina like 5 out of 7 or whatever. Just a great win for that program over Duke. Great game. Hopefully we get a rematch in March.
I kind of agree with you. I don't think like either one of these teams were like very sharp tonight.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of growth in both. I still think Kansas is an interesting fit with a lot of the pieces. But like I mentioned yesterday, the handicap was whose weakness would be more evident. And actually, without Hunter Dickinson on the floor, Kansas, shot the ball a little bit better today than I expected.
SMU barely gets by Cal Baptist in Palm Springs.
Yep.
Another fire game. UCLA blows out Southern Utah. Montana State blows out Abilene. I ate so much shit on Eastern Washington against UC Santa Barbara. I even double bet that game like an idiot. But Santa Barbara finally got that cover. I feel like I was making so much money fading them. I just thought the lines were always off with Santa Barbara. I was like, why the hell are they 11-point favorites? And then I bet Cal Poly tonight. That one hurt too.
Great game.
I feel like they had this thing at one point, like where they were gonna be able to hit this. We might need to do 20 minutes on this Rutgers Notre Dame game because I did bet Rutgers minus 1.5, and of course I lost. I had a tough day today. Luckily I had a couple money lines come through, but yeah, Rutgers Notre Dame game was fucking insane. Who knew this would be the game of the day? Really, out of all the games, there was a bunch of fire games today. I feel like this was the best game of the day. Am I crazy?
It might have been the best game of the year. I mean, for Notre Dame to lose their star in the first couple of minutes, Marcus Burden, and still rally, fight to the very end and come back from 9 down with like 50 seconds in overtime. Matalacco, my Lord, he made some shots down the stretch.
Yeah. I mean, this game was insane. Even the way it ended. It ended because Notre Dame fouled when they thought they were down and it was tied up.
It's great. It's great.
And then he only makes one, which the drama then was like, are Rutgers going to lose because he did foul? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh God.
That would have started a new analytical trend with some of these fucking computer fucking nerds. They would be like, "Oh, you should foul up. You should foul in that game." Like, shut the fuck up. Pull the John Gruden. Hey, shut the fuck up there.
This game was insane, man. Noah, your thoughts?
Dude, Harper's going to be a one and done, but I hope he plays like 2 or 3 years in college basketball. Like that kid.
He's nasty.
What
do you go? If he went for like 40 tonight, right? What was his final stat line?
Whatever it was fucking close. There's so much action going on in this window. But Notre Dame, I was impressed by the fight. Like you guys already mentioned, they lost their superstar in this one. And that was kind of like, you always have that rallying point without the guy. And it was long enough in this game where they were able to do that. Tomorrow, we'll get to it. I think Houston's an absolute smash against Notre Dame.
Wait. We got to talk more about what was the stat line in 30 seconds that he scored in?
Alaco?
Yeah, it was like there was 12 points in 30 seconds.
I think it was 9, and he
9.
got fouled.
Okay.
He got fouled.
I thought he got fouled too, man. And I was on Rutgers. And I was like, "Oh, you idiot! You fouled him." I thought they called it, and then I realized they didn't call it.
Yeah.
That actually would have made it. They'd probably still be playing if that would have been the case. Unbelievable fucking game. Tim Miles
are good coaches, by the way.
They are. They're very good coaches. Tim Miles in San Jose State. Speaking of good coaches, he's starting to find a little bit here. Nice win against Greensboro. And then Bruce Pearl, he's looking at property down there in Maui because 85-72, they get it done against Carolina. I was fully expecting, I actually bet Carolina a letdown spot for Auburn. It just seems like they've won a lot of close games. And I was just thinking, you know what? I can see Carolina getting them. Just, no. Auburn.
Janai Broom had a double in the first half.
He had like 20 rebounds tonight. Mac, your thoughts on this one?
When you beat Iowa State and Houston and grinders, that's when I'm like, this team has fucking got the magic and they're the real deal, especially with the way that they came back in that game the night before. They just got a little bit of everything right now. Broom is playing at such a high level, the guards as well. And they, outside of the plane ride, I think that made them stronger, to be honest. I think it brought them together. A little dust up and
it always helps. Always helps.
Well, I mean, anytime you can send some dudes home and say, all right, fuck you, we'll go beat Houston. And then when we come back, it's gonna be like, you better get on board or you're going to be left the fuck behind, because if we can beat Houston without you, we can beat anybody.
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit before the show. I even mentioned it yesterday. Auburn seems to be peaking early. I will admit, like this team is playing very, very well. They're going to hit a rough patch in this season. My prediction is because they don't have a point guard right now. Apparently, both Tahad Pettiford and JP Pegues came off the bench today, and they started Denver Jones at the point. And yeah, it just wasn't like tremendous. But at the same time, like they even did a part of this without Baker Mazzara. He was in the locker room hurt with a knee injury for the first half. Like, and that's not the first time this season he's missed important time for them. So I really like the depth of Auburn and the athleticism here, and they can do they can win in multiple different ways. I really like this Tigers team.
Dude, I'm sorry. I think you made a lot of great points there, but I'm just seeing the highlights of this North Dakota State Samford game.
Oh, it's crazy.
And 2 minutes 46 seconds left.
It was like
I thought it was 5 minutes left though. At 2 minutes 47 seconds, North Dakota State has a 14-point lead.
Yeah.
Fuck! How the fuck? Impossible to lose this game.
I told you when we recap that.
I know, but for some reason in my head, I thought it was like a 5 minute mark.
So Samford has like a 27 home game winning streak right now.
That's just insane, though. Furman 61, Seattle 56. Nice win. Seattle's ass this year, man. Cooper Bowser, big game for Furman. 17-12. Yeah, shout out to the Paladins. And then late night cash.
7-0.
Yeah.
7-0.
College basketball is better when Furman's good. And then I know we had a double lock here. Fresno State, the Bulldogs brought it home for us. Made it sweaty. Made it a little more sweaty than we probably needed it to be. But they cover by a half a point. The Fresno State Bulldogs do as they take on Wazoo. And then, Hawaii barely got by Hawaii Pacific. 4-point win for the Rainbow Warriors. All right, game balls. Let's get to it. Mac, lead the way.
What a day.
Ooh, man, a lot of candidates. Candidate number one. I'm going to go to Boston College. I think Boston College deserves a game ball, and I think this is also a cumulative of the tournament that they won. They beat Old Dominion. They took care of business. Then they beat Missouri State, who's been underrated. And then you top it off with the win over Boise as an 8-point dog to win that tournament down there. Boston College, I'm going to say it, they are not that far off in terms of resume to at least being in the graphic discussion. So shout out to Earl Grant. Yeah, they still got a long way to go. They got a better resume than UConn.
Ooh, I like that. Bieniek. No, I'm gonna go because I don't want you to take my guys. Colorado Buffaloes game ball. Holy shit, Tad Boyle. I think I was might have had a few cocktails in Vegas when we were doing that one of our March Madness shows after they fumbled away the Marquette game. And I might have said, fire him. I retract that statement. I was drinking. You understand. But
he's in the Big 12 now, baby.
That happens once a year when we were in March Madness for Vegas, because it was like Bieniek saying Painter needs to be fired. Next year it goes to the national championship.
I predicted them to win the national championship that year.
That's true. That is true. You came back from Vegas and you came to your senses.
Well, they also returned to Edie, so that was a huge part of that.
Where's your game ball going?
San Diego State. People could say Ashworth wasn't there for Creighton. Yeah, San Diego State's actually missing more pieces. This is a team that is not 100% at all. They completely dismantled this Creighton team. I thought that was a great performance all the way around for the Aztecs.
Mac, it jumps back to you.
I'll go to another tournament winner here. Give me the Radford Highlanders, Darius Nichols. Winners of 6 out of 7. Get it done as a 9-point underdog in the title game over Fort Wayne in a game that they never didn't lead by double digits. They hit him in the mouth, led by 10 plus all the way through. Radford game ball. Let's go.
I like it. I'm going to go to one that I ate shit on. The Oregon Ducks. Oregon Ducks to me, A&M just fucking sucks too. Can I give a negative game ball to A&M? I came in and I was bullish on them this season. They're like one disappointment in the SEC, right? Besides maybe, I guess you could say Mizzou.
We were talking about it in pre-show. SEC right now, 7-2 against the Big 12, 17-10 in top 100 KenPom games right now. Texas A&M has 2 losses. South Carolina has 2 losses. And Missouri has 1. Those are the 5 of the 10 losses right there, off the top of my head.
They are killing it. I will say this is the best year of SEC basketball I can recall in my life. Final game, Noah, where are you going?
I'm going to take you to. Did we give one to Rutgers for this absolute insane game?
No.
Winning this. Yeah, Scarlet Knights final game ball. One of the best games of the season so far.
For sure. All right, folks, let's get to tomorrow's slate. It is long.
Real quick.
3:45 a.m.
Real quick. Let's keep this thing going because out of the couple that we've done, I've hit some really good pieces, giving out some futures. So let's do it for the Battle of Fort Atlantis. I think you guys were on some plays with me too. I don't know if you bet them, but Liberty won an MTE. We picked them.
No, I didn't take Liberty though.
Bradley.
Yes, I took Bradley. Yeah.
I'm sitting on a Memphis 30-1 that hopefully I'm crossing my fingers.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the Battle for Atlantis because we've done pretty well with these. So game 1 or top to bottom, the bracket, Louisville against Indiana, West Virginia plays Gonzaga, Oklahoma plays Providence, Davidson plays Arizona. The betting odds go as follows, and I sent this to you guys too if you wanted to look at this in our group chat. But we've got Gonzaga plus 135 as the betting as the odds-on favorite. Arizona plus 200, Indiana plus 550, Louisville at 10-1, Oklahoma at 18-1, Providence 30-1, Dub V 35-1, and Davidson at 50-1. Thoughts, analysis, picks for the bracket. Colby, you want to start?
I think it's pretty chalky. There's some
Zags in trouble.
There's some dead weight in this one.
Zags might not get out of that first round.
I'll sprinkle the Zags plus 135, but I'll take a shot on Louisville. Take a shot on Louisville. The Zags are going to go through this thing though. But Mac, West Virginia, what do you think?
No, I do not think that they'll beat the Zags. Stay tuned. Maybe I'll pick them to cover though. It's a lot of points. Give me what's there? Arizona 2-1. I think Arizona's side of the bracket is pretty easy too. I think if we get an Arizona Gonzaga championship game, and we got Tommy Lloyd, Mark Few. I'll take a flyer on the Zag or Arizona 2-1.
Bieniek.
So I have Gonzaga as my pick too, but I wanted to talk about some storylines as well because a lot of these programs are in interesting positions. Louisville new head coach, West Virginia new head coach, Providence not Providence, Arizona coming off of the back-to-back losses.
Yeah.
Indiana, Mike Woods in a pivotal year, and Porter Moser in a pivotal year with Oklahoma. I think there's plenty of storylines to go around, even if this bracket may go chalky. I have the Zags winning this. My long shot is Providence. They have not stumbled in the non-conference, but the non-conference has not been strong. They get Bryce Hopkins back for this. They survived what could have been disaster, and now they kind of get the main key cog for the offense here to make this thing go. And I think it's a nice shot on the Friars here in that bottom portion of the bracket where I'm questioning whether Arizona's too strong. I think they're the favorite to come out of there, but I think they're the more vulnerable favorite on the side of the bracket. So 30-1 on the Friars. I have a piece of that.
There we go. All right.
Mountaineers.
Let's go. How about this Baltimore Classic we got going? Morgan State, UMBC. UMBC's laying 5.5. I will lay 5.5. Mac.
So real quick, I need to confirm this. Is this an elementary game? The day before Thanksgiving? This is a home game.
Is this the first game of the day?
This is the Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena. Sounds like a great place to go.
I'll be betting UMBC. I love taking.
I think we should bet. Let's take
elementary
UMBC.
School day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Lay the 5.5 with these retrievers.
What time is this game, Sid?
Well, you won't
Noon.
be awake.
Yeah. There's an 11:30 a.m. game. But yeah, I'm on UMBC's side here.
Wait, there is? I'm not seeing one.
Yeah, West Virginia Gonzaga 11:30.
No. That's a typo. That's a typo. Ken Palm's wrong on that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I said the same thing. I said I don't want to play Gonzaga at 11:30. Move that thing back.
Game 2 is a banger. Louisville, Indiana, and Nassau. Indiana's laying 2.5. I just told you I'm taking the Cards as my dog. I got an upset here. Get this Mike Woodson bullshit out of here. Give me the Cards to get it done against the Hoosiers. I can't be talked into a lock here, Mac.
I do like Louisville a lot here. I think that they've gotten better since that Tennessee loss. I don't think Indiana's very battle tested either. I mean, South Carolina, I know, is an SEC school, but they haven't left. They haven't left Bloomington, and they got a lot of new pieces as well. Give me the better coach, in my opinion, Pat Kelsey. Louisville will win the game outright. Let's go Cards. L's up.
Bieniek, triple lock on these Cards.
I think this is a nice, styles make a great fight game. So I'm not gonna play this. I'm interested to see which side emerges. I'm gonna choose Louisville. I think they are the more athletic team. Indiana's got a couple of what do we call them? Aircraft carriers. Yeah. Stiffs. Less mobile players. So yeah, I'm kind of on Louisville here. I think they get out in transition and they're able to. I think they win this one outright. But I think this is going to be an awesome game.
What do you want to? You guys want to lock up this next one because Detroit's getting 15.5. There's no way the hospital will close down back-to-back nights.
So Rhode Island's off that absolute beatdown of Charleston too.
Yeah.
We should bet Detroit.
I don't like them on a back-to-back though.
You guys are just...
They suck and they're on a back-to-back.
I'll fly
I'm
solo.
taking the points. I think it's crazy.
Give me the Titans. Give me the Titans on the money. I mean, on the money line, no. With the points, yes. Next up, we got Eastern Kentucky battling La Tech. La Tech laying 10.5 points there in wherever the fuck this town is in Florida. I forget the name of it.
Estero.
Yeah. Estero. Well, damn it, son. I was in Estero. Hertz Arena. Give me the points. This is too big of a line. Mac?
I'm gonna go right back to the well. I'm gonna lock up Eastern Kentucky. My whole handicap yesterday was they're hard to prepare for on short prep because of how chaotic they want to play with their press. I like him here. Louisiana Tech been playing with fire the last couple days. I think we got a live dog here. EKU outright.
EKU's been a darling of mine all year too. So I mean, let's have a lock party. Bieniek?
I'm on Eastern Kentucky. I think it's a bit too many points, but I think the Bulldogs have the talent advantage here. But we'll see on day 3 of the MTE. I want no business on this one.
Do we have a line on Southeast Louisiana and North Dakota?
1.5 in favor of North Dakota.
It's a lot of staples they have. Give me Southeast Louisiana to get this thing done. Mac, what are you doing here?
I think I'll go to North Dakota. I think they're a tad better than Sela.
Bieniek?
Yeah, and plus they were off a pretty non-competitive game. I actually, technically in these MTEs, I think they're like the more motivated one to get back on the right foot before they get out of here. So Yeah, I'm on the Fighting Ox here.
I just can't believe this North Dakota State Sanford game. I'm sorry. It's just the pain is on. Merrimack is laying 1.5 against these Roadrunners. Meep UTSA in Troy, Alabama, of all places. Give me the Roadrunners. I could be, I kind of like the Roadrunners in this spot. They're better than they've been in a while, by the way. I think UTSA is better than they've been in a while. Mac?
This line, like you said, kind of reeks. I think everybody's fallen in love with Merrimack. They're coming off a big time max effort against Lowell as well.
Let's bet this.
I like the Roadrunners here too. I think it's a great spot. Let's go UTSA.
Double lock. Meep. Bieniek?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Not any Cocktail Napkin has this one pretty much at the same spot, but I just think that you probably have the right read on this because UTSA, they've played Bradley, Little Rock, and Troy. I think those three teams are all right. Little Rock probably some more questions than answers, but Merrimack's already played 6 really tough games, a little bit of a gauntlet, and UTSA. I mean, I just think they're not catching as much respect from, I don't know, attention wise. So I'll be on the Roadrunners in this game.
Northern Kentucky is at Charleston. Actually, at Charleston. Charleston's laying 6.5. I mean, I almost feel like I almost feel like we have to bet Charleston here.
I like the spot, and this is a 1:00 game. So I would imagine that we're going to get some kids in from the schools there.
This crowd will be packed. First off, they always pack it, but this one, I could see this being just. Have you been to Charleston? It's impossible not to be drunk. Yeah,
they call off work for an extended weekend. For Thanksgiving, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
It's one of the biggest drinking days in the year. Let's go to town with Charleston.
Big.
Yeah, lock it up.
Lay the 6.5. Triple lock here. Wrong music. Let's get it going here.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Triple lock on these Cougs. -6.5. Let's go. All right. Next up, we have East Tennessee State heading to Charlotte to take on the Clits. Charlotte's laying 3.5. Wrong team favorite. I think East Tennessee State's better. Give me them +140 on the money line.
I will join you. I think ETSU is the better team as well. They've all of a sudden won 2 in a row here. Charlotte, I don't like what I've seen for them so far. So yeah, give me ETSU as a short road favorite here to get it done outright. I'll lock it. Let's go.
Let's go. Bieniek. Do it.
I'm taking the Buccaneers here too. They've played 1 road game so far this season. It was at Davidson. And they only lost by 6. I think that was a good performance. It's probably around where I have Charlotte this season too. I think this is the right side.
What's that Bryant Chattanooga spread? Anyone got that?
Chattanooga's laying 3.5.
I'm gonna lay it with Chattanooga, but no bet here. Mac,
I think I'll lay it with Chattanooga too. Bryant, I mean, they're off the win. Like I said, they're up and down. Feels like a good spot here on 3 days and 4 days to fade them. You're getting the significantly more rested team too. They played TSU the other night. They didn't play last night. I'm going to lock up Chattanooga. I like the spot here too.
Moneyline Mac locking up the mocks. Bieniek, you joining him?
Bryant's really inconsistent. And, Chattanooga, once again, like not 100% healthy. I really don't know what I'm getting from the mocks. It hasn't kind of been what I expected so far this season. I'm going to stay away from this one as well, but I'll lay the points.
Right. New Orleans What a story they are the other day, beating their arch rival or crosstown rival, the Tulane Green Wave. Now they're getting 33.5 at the Foster Pavilion.
Lord.
I actually think we should consider locking Baylor here.
They are off the humiliating loss. They've been drilling teams. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm locking Baylor.
Triple lock on the Baylor Bears.
Dude, they murdered Sam Houston 104-67. Also Tarleton, who I would throw in the same boat as New Orleans this season, 104-41. They are definitely capable of running this shit up. The only thing I'm nervous about is the UConn game next. It's a little bit of a sandwich spot, but off the Tennessee, lockdown offensive performance a little bit lacking. Baylor gets right here.
Triple lock with the Baylor Bears. I know we're locking a lot of games. It's just, it's feast week, Thanksgiving.
See the board.
Yeah. Well, I gotta ask you about seeing the board here. I don't think Youngstown State is 9.5 points better than Western Michigan.
I had this one circled too.
This was a 4-point game last year when Youngstown State was actually really good.
And I kind of have a system that I like to ride this time of year too, where I like fading the team that's coming off the 3 games, the 3-game road trip or the 3-game MTE. Youngstown just got done playing in Stephen F. Coming back home, they're laying this many points. I think Western Michigan's live. So yeah, I'll lock it here too. One possession game.
And the Broncos didn't really have a great home MTE for themselves either.
They were awful.
1 and 2. Yeah, so this is probably a game that they feel like they should need. Yeah, I like the Broncos here. That's a lot of points.
Lock, Bieniek?
No.
Oh, come on.
I mean,
I hear there's rumors on the internets.
Double lock for me and Mac with the Broncos of Western Michigan. Stony Brook's catching 8.5 at Brown. Give me the Seawolves. You know how this goes. I know that I've eaten shit with this team a good amount of times this year, but
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
What are you doing here, Mac?
I took the points to Stony Brook too. I think it's a perfectly placed line though.
Bieniek?
I'm on Stony Brook. They've been a little feisty on the road. They won at Central Michigan, and they've played really good competition so far this season. Brown, I still think they're trying to figure out their identity here. Without their starting big man, it's really kind of just Keno Lilly and the Funky Bunch. But yeah, I think the Seawolves cover here.
You guys didn't talk about this because I wasn't here. And to be fair, that was convenient that we didn't talk about Long Island. But at the same time, I have been betting Presbyterian for a while, and I am having an unbelievable run about these boys in Clinton, South Carolina.
Yeah,
I might have to go buy a house there or something because now they are playing Tennessee Tech tomorrow. Who I actually,
they're not playing in Texas anymore.
Yeah. I actually Tennessee Tech, I think it was the season opener against Georgia. I was like, you know what? They're not bad.
Yeah.
Does it come crashing down from my Blue Hose? They're 5.5 point favorites. I hate them as a favorite like this. I think we should jump on these Golden Eagles, man.
This is like maybe my favorite play of the day. I love Tennessee Tech here. They, like I said, Presbyterian just won 3 games outright on a neutral floor as a dog.
They won now like 3 games the past 5 years.
Yes. Now they're traveling, laying 5.5 at Tennessee Tech. No way. Tennessee Tech outright. Tennessee Tech was competitive with UCF.
I'm sorry, Presbyterian.
And they have a week off.
You've been so good to me, Presbyterian. I don't mean to do this to you, but I just gotta.
Sell high.
Oh man, Bieniek, you on board?
Not quite. Tennessee Tech has looked good when they've been punching up, but teams similar to their caliber level They lost by 25 to Grand Valley. 1 point win over VMI. 3-point win against West Virginia or West Georgia. Sorry. I do not like the tuck job here. I'll turn that away.
Tulsa. Fuck you, Tulsa. They're laying 2.5 against Georgia State. I actually think you got to take Tulsa here. I'll lay the 2.5. Mac?
I will too. I think Georgia State's bad.
Yeah. Bieniek?
Yeah, I'll lay the points here too.
Gonzaga, West Virginia. We just touched on it because the Zags are laying 15.5 against Moneyline Max boys. That's a lot of points.
What's he doing here?
I'll take the points, but no bet. Mac?
Just look at that. Zags have covered basically every game except for one. Arizona State, Big 12 team. They were laying almost 20. Lock up the Mountaineers. Gonzaga's going to win by 10. They're not going to have the incentive to go up. They're there to win 3
games. Bieniek, are you going to go with him?
Cocktail Napkin agrees with him, but the eye test doesn't. I'm going to lay the points with Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Your eyes are lying to you.
Colorado, Iowa State. Do we have a line on this
11 eyes are saying something else. Let's go. It's got
I don't see a line yet on this.
They got perfect vision right now.
Yeah.
I'll give it a refresh.
I'm going to call the score. Gonzaga wins. What's the over-under? Just out of curiosity. Gonzaga's going to win.
155.5 is the over-under.
Let's go 80-68.
Look, I took your Mountaineers. Just not betting it. I do love Iowa State to fuck up Colorado tomorrow, but I'm just curious what that line.
Yeah, I don't see one out there yet.
We got Big 12 on Big 12 in Maui. Let's go.
Yeah, they're playing each other 3 times this year.
Bieniek, do you have the Gardner Webb Bethune Cookman one?
Iowa State's minus 10.5.
Wait, say that again, Mac.
Iowa State's laying 10.5.
Where's this at?
Bet online. Trevor just put in the chat.
Perfect.
Oh man, I still like Iowa State.
Yeah, I'm locking Iowa State.
Yeah.
This is brutal because, they're like the last team I would want to play on the 3rd game in 3 days after you just had a war against UConn and you played Sparty the day before that. Iowa State, I think, just chokes them.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to lock it, but you can roll with it. Iowa State minus 10.5. Moneyline Mac locking it up. Bieniek, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm going to lay the points with Iowa State too. I didn't get the cover with the UConn pick. We'll see if I can go back to the well and get a pick correctly here with this cycle.
You were close.
Just 15 points off.
Gardner Webb and Bethune. Do we have a line on that?
Oh, you can't wait for this game.
I can't wait for the fucking line on it. I see Iowa State down to 9.5 out there, by the way.
I don't see a line. I don't see a line on Cookman and Webb.
What about West Georgia and North Dakota State? Because I'm intrigued by this one too.
No line. How do they not have lines out? It's fucking almost 5
How are they doing this to my boys too? Oregon is taking on San Diego State. This game is fantastic. This is in Las Vegas, and I think the Aztecs will win this game. Oregon's laying 2.5. Give me San Diego State. Mac, what are you doing here?
I love San Diego State again. I think they're a tough team to simulate on a back-to-back, like to my point with Iowa State, that defensive system, and Oregon going from a dog to a favorite now against this Aztecs team outright. Let's go. Lock.
I'll join you.
Yeah, I like Mac handicap there.
You coming along, Bieniek?
No.
It's like someone's giving you fucking Indian burn. I don't know if you can say Indian burns.
I hate when you put me on the spot. I don't like double. I don't like overthinking it. Like double thinking it or whatever. whatever the term is.
These two haven't played recently. I was trying to see if there's like any history. I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I'm a little surprised by that too.
Yeah.
Double lock on the Aztecs. Northern Illinois is catching 9.5 against Valpo. This shit out of here. Give me Northern Illinois plus 9.5. I am not gonna I'm not betting this time. But
crazy. Do they cover 3 straight?
This is insane.
I want to lock Northern Illinois so bad. Come on, Valpo. You can't do it 3 in a row. No way.
Do we have the line for NJIT Morehead State?
No, I don't.
UT Martin's catching.
Which game is that? Sorry.
NJIT and Morehead State.
No line. NJIT money line. Let's go. Just kidding. It's my key.
UT Martin, the Skyhawks are getting a big number.
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
37.5 points.
Oh my God.
I almost think we should bet this, man. It's the day before fucking Thanksgiving. They just had a huge win against Baylor. Are they really?
Yeah. So we got to fade them coming off the destination trip.
There's 38.5 out there apparently.
I see 39 at Bet Rivers.
Dude, what?
I'll lock UT Martin.
Well, I think we should, man. I mean, the last time they played was what, 28, right?
Yeah, 28, and that was off a letdown spot as well. UT Martin loses by 33.
Let's go.
You got to stay the island trips.
Let's go.
Bahamas letdown.
I'm going to take the points, but I'm
not
going to tell you guys on a lock here.
On,
I saw what they did to my Austin P bet.
It's true. Barnes does drill some of these mid-majors. UMass, Harvard. UMass laying 2.5.
Should we go back to it?
I think we got. Did you see his comments calling out his team?
Yeah, I was dying laughing.
I think we got to lock up UMass here.
This is probably the final straw for a minute here. If you can't drill Harvard, Frank, then I got to take a break. So yeah,
this has got to be. He called out his team. Yeah. Said it was the worst loss of his career.
Yep.
I mean,
that doesn't mean I want to bet. I'll lay the points.
You're telling your team. Yeah. Sam Houston or Bieniek, you said you're laying the points there.
Yeah, I'll lay the points.
Okay.
But, I want to see it. I'm not going to bet it.
Sam Houston State is taking on App State in Wilmington there at Trest Coliseum. Sam Houston's laying 6.5 points.
Colby, I need a gauge because you're the football guy. So, like, how committed are the Mountaineer faithful in showing up to this game? Because this would, favor them locationally a lot better than Sam Houston.
They're not going. I mean, first off, they had a fucking gigantic disaster. Half the people don't even have a fucking house. And then I just feel like this is still football season. They have the Deeper Than Hate rivalry Saturday in Statesboro, Georgia. They will go to that. I was recently at the Coastal Carolina game, and they showed up. Their fans showed up pretty well. So I think they're still in football mode.
All right. I like the Bearcats. I think they're the much better team this year. And I think both of these teams stylistically are very, very similar. Sam Houston, though, returned almost everybody from last year's conference championship winning team. Appalachian State, almost nobody. So from their conference championship winning team.
I'm going to lay it with them too. I mean, I'm not going to lock it though. Mac?
I think I like Sam Houston. I think they're the better team. And yes, Josh, send me some Budweiser and beer shirts. I'll wear them. I still have all my free West Virginia shirts, man. It cost me $0. I'm going to wear them for forever.
100%. You should.
Yeah.
He prefers Budweiser t-shirts with a beer inside of them. But
did you see?
Would you, Josh?
So Brady Singer got traded in the MLB. I'm not sure if either of you guys caught this, but he donated all of his Royals gear to a local Salvation Army. I would be like, I'm keeping that shit. Like my kids can have that. Like they can wear that.
Yeah. I mean, he's wealthy though.
Yeah, he's a millionaire.
Yeah, he can buy anything he wants and tell his kids he wore it. Sacramento State is catching 5.5 at Air Force. This game's great. Wait, is this actually at Air Force? Where's this game at?
It's Mountain West. Yes, Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
You call me crazy. I think Sac State's going to get him.
Oof,
They've been chippy.
A little crazy.
They've been chippy.
I'm not going to lock this game, but sure, give me Sac State plus 5.5.
They almost won a Cal the other night. I mean, what's Air Force coming off? They just won by 40. I'll do it. Give me Sac State lock. They're going to win.
Buzz, sting. Moneyline Mac. Locking up the Hornets. Bieniek?
I'm laying the points with Air Force. First game in altitude for Sac State.
Canisius is catching 11.5 points at Robert Morris. We have to lock Canisius, guys. We have to lock Canisius here. 11.5 fucking points.
Is this the biggest number Robert Morris is?
No,
yeah.
I don't. Is it?
Robert Morris has covered 5 in a row. They just won as a 10-point dog by 10. Now they're laying 12. Yeah, I'll join you, Colby.
Let's
dive into this. This is the stink week.
It's not a good enough team to take advantage of Robert Morris, in my opinion. Though.
They only lost by Brown to 8 by 7.
I don't think Brown's great either.
This is Bob Morris.
I know. I want to fade Romo so bad.
Canisius is covering this. Sprinkle a little bit on the money line.
They had to Ohio on Saturday. I'm not going to be on that show, but lock that for me, guys. Ohio's going to murder the Colonials.
Bucknell is heading to College Park to take on Maryland. Maryland laying 23.5. Dude, I mean, I'm a little shell shocked from when Maryland almost won by 10,000, and I had bet. Who the fuck was that again? Did I bet on? Who was that? Where it was Canisius.
As you just played Canisius.
Oh man!
Don't worry. I mean, everybody said the same thing about Coppin, and
it's true.
Saw how that worked out tonight.
That's true.
Got to cover.
I mean, in my head, I'm like, Bucknell is covering 23.5, but I have to be honest. Maryland is drilling some of these fucking teams more than I thought.
I'm out. I'll lay it.
I'm taking the points, but no bet.
Yeah, I'm also on the Bucknell
what are you
side
doing? UT Arlington, Austin P. Do we have a line on this?
No.
This
sucks, man. There's some good games that don't have lines, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Come on.
This is typical feast week, though. It's annoying.
Oklahoma, Providence in the Bahamas. There, I think the SEC's reign is going to continue to shine. I'm going to lay 2.5 with Oklahoma and Porter Moser against Providence. Mac.
Yeah, Boomer Sooner lock. I know Noah laid out the path with Bryce Hopkins, but it's the first game back. They haven't played with him yet. I love the fade spot. I think they're better with Bryce Hopkins going forward, but Oklahoma, I think gets it done here. So I'll play with the Sooners lock.
I think the wrong team's favored. Oklahoma, Lindenwood, Northwestern State, Stetson, Commerce.
Don't disrespect Northwestern.
Not
Northwestern State would beat Providence right now. Let's go. Put them on the schedule.
The momentum is with Providence as they get their best player back. I think they win the game.
I'm enjoying Card Collector here.
I have the future. I'm not betting this.
Double lock on Oklahoma. Hold on. Go back to that. I want to fucking read that.
Oh, sorry. I don't even know what you're displaying.
Card Collector. How do I send Colby fan mail? I got a Green Bay Packers Brett Favre card for him. I'm just so confused. Yeah, we can at the Colby D on Twitter. I'm intrigued about why Brett Favre.
Blood money.
Please explain more. Is this
Southern Miss?
Just say as long as it's not his dick pic. All right, we can try such a strange random. But look, at the Colby D, I will accept that. Hopefully, it's not a bomb that blows up my whole goddamn house. But
And Hunter Vic knows how this goes with no lines at all. That's every day in college baseball.
Right. Memphis and Auburn. We don't have a line on this either, do we?
How do we not have a line?
Somebody put it in the chat. So shout out to Monty Pritchett. Memphis +8. Double check to see if that's correct. But 8 against Auburn.
I'll take the Tigers +8. The Memphis Tigers.
Yeah.
Good clarification there.
Yeah, I'll be locking Memphis. I think they have a shot to win the game.
I think they do too.
They have the rest advantage, and Auburn. I mean, Auburn's as high as it gets right now. So yeah, give me Memphis to keep this thing within that number. It's gonna be a good game.
Let's go. I'll join you. It's for all those Memphis people. All these people saying I hate on Memphis. What's going on here? All right, I think they keep a room for me at the Peabody. All right, Pick Dundee room.
I've called Maui at least to the championship game and to an absolute T with Memphis and Auburn being my finals. But with the ticket on Memphis, I've been betting Auburn all the way through. I'm here to enjoy it, but I think Auburn lays it on Memphis tomorrow. Come at me, everybody on Twitter or whatever.
Do we have a line on in this classic Incarnate Word in Western Illinois?
No line, unfortunately.
Richmond is laying 3.5 against Ball State. Isn't this game? Where the fuck is this? Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fort Myers. This gym's dark.
Give me the Spiders minus the points. They're improving.
Lighting sucks here.
Mac?
I think I'm going to take Ball State here.
Did I lose audio?
No. I think I'm going to take Ball State here. Richmond, Max. Yeah, I'm talking, so I don't know what happened. I'll keep it going. While he's doing that, I mean, Ball State.
I hear nothing right now.
Just don't talk and interrupt. Mac.
So carry on. I'll try to come right back.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's see here.
I love how he's talking to himself as he's trying to figure out, like, just play it off. We'll let him try to figure it out. Let Mac go.
Who do you like here? I like Ball State.
Oh man, I think the wrong team's favored.
You think Ball State should be favored?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really loved.
I agree with you.
The resume from Richmond so far this season, but like at the same time, like it's Ball State and they haven't played great. They even lost at home to Detroit Mercy. So I don't know. This is a tough game. I would not bet this, but I'll take the points, and I think Ball State probably wins.
Keep my trend going of betting against Richmond when they're favored and taking them as a dog. So yeah, give me Ball State. While we wait for him, Virginia Tech and South Carolina, I think, is going to be the next one on the list. Is what I'm seeing. Yeah, the other 6:00 Eastern. South Carolina's laying 4.5 is what I see right now, Noah. I think. Oh man, I'm torn on this one.
I like South Carolina. They were winning that game for a portion of it against Xavier. Yeah. And I just Virginia Tech is just on a little bit of a fade mode for me right now. Mac or Colby, are you back?
No, we can't hear him. Are you muted?
No, we can't hear him. Yeah, his mic's muted.
I don't know what he's doing.
I'm fucking with you. Let's go. Let's take South Carolina here. I what's that line at?
4.5.
Man, I think they nailed it. No lie. Give me South Carolina.
Chat loved that move, Colby.
Yeah, I think South Carolina. I think South Carolina's a side.
It's a classic Ace Ventura. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thought I left, didn't you? Tulane Belmont. Do we have this line?
Nope.
I lost connection on my tablet. I'm entering tally site.
Tablet. This guy's.
Yeah, I got a tablet in front of me.
There you go.
With the tally site.
A&M and Creighton. Do we have that line? Please give me this line.
A&M is laying 3.5.
Lock. I'm taking A&M minus 3.5. I just talked a bunch of shit about you. Get this Creighton bullshit out of here. Battle?
Give me Creighton. Give me Creighton. I trust McDermott more than Buzz.
Josh Casala just called you a gay mime.
Everybody's going to go right back to the well for A&M. They're going to break their heart again.
This is the battle of mid.
We got a battle. Moneyline Mac always is a guy that likes his Omaha steaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Get on the college stage, you get laughed at throwing an Omaha steak on the grill there. Bieniek, what side are you on?
I'm going to take Creighton here. I think A&M defensively, I don't think they can replicate what Nebraska and San Diego State have done to shut down Kalkbrenner on 1 day prep. So, yeah.
South Dakota's getting 20 points at Nebraska.
Off the Creighton win.
But I feel like we should be locking these Coyotes, right? I mean, I don't know. This place does get lit though, man. And like, I still feel like 20 is too much. Give me the 20. You could talk me into a lock here.
What do we have look ahead wise? Not much.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this is a distracting time of year. I think we should lock up South Dakota. They haven't
it's a
been
huge
bad.
Number.
Yeah, let's go.
And it's after the Creighton win.
Yep,
I'm taking the
points. What the fuck is this? Yeah, let's go.
So I gave Tally said more than a refresh, I guess. The app crashed on me, but I have 5 new lines if you want to go through them. North Dakota State's laying 8 against West Georgia. I'm gonna take the -8.
I'm gonna take West Georgia. North Dakota State just played in overtime. Heartbreaking loss.
Yeah, West Georgia all day.
Yeah.
All right. Austin P is +2.5 against Arlington.
That's a good game.
Give me Arlington.
I'm taking the points with P.
I'm not locking it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to lock it either. Give me Austin P.
Western Illinois is laying 3 against Incarnate Word.
Western Illinois is laying 3. Give me. I don't know. Give me. All right, Leathernecks. They didn't look great today though, but Incarnate Word kind of impressed me in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leathernecks. No bet.
Yeah, Leathernecks. Anything else?
Yeah, there was one more that I saw. Did I zoom back? I don't. Maybe it was just 4. Never mind. Just 4. Carry on.
Lyndon Woods catching 28.5 at Mizzou.
Mizzou's been drilling teams.
No, it's a little brother though. They've been hearing all this Dennis Gates shit all year. But I'll still take Missouri because Lyndon Woods ass. Mac?
Give me Lindenwood. No bet.
Bieniek?
Missouri.
Do we have a number on Ryder in Villanova?
Villanova is laying 19.5.
They're just asking me to bet Ryder, man.
I know.
Rivers has a 20 out there.
God. Why
I feel like Ryder's been pretty solid this year.
They did lose by 25 at Iowa. It's their only Power 5 game. Villanova's got Cincy on deck.
I mean, I'm definitely taking the points.
Yeah.
Can they afford to look ahead to anybody right now?
Yeah. Josh got a good point. If we wait, it might be 21, 22 in the morning.
No, they can't afford it, but their whole Cal Neptune tenure's been a look ahead spot when they just drop 5 games.
Colgate is heading to UNC Wilmington. Wilmington's laying 6.5. Give me Wilmington.
I think Wilmington's the right side.
Yeah.
It's tempting to bet it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the home team here. I'll go with Wilmington.
Do we have a line on Alabama State, Cincinnati? Because I'm intrigued on potentially locking Cincinnati here.
Cincy minus 27.
Yeah.
Let's lock this, dude. I will lay the 27 with the Cincinnati Bearcats. We're drilling these teams at home.
They have, but they're off the double road trip.
Sandwich too.
Yeah, I think I'll lay it, but I'm not going to bet this one. I like the Baylor one way better.
Milwaukee,
yeah,
UCF.
The at Nova game worries me a little bit after that too. So
You're
I'm going to lay
State?
the points.
Okay.
No, I'm going to lay the points, but I'm not going to bet it.
Milwaukee, UCF. UCF's laying 12.5. Huh. I like Milwaukee here, man. I think Milwaukee.
Way
we
too
should
many.
we should bet this too, right?
Yeah, Milwaukee, like I said, they're way chippier than everybody's giving them credit for. And UCF has played a gauntlet of a schedule,
They've
man.
played 3 overtimes on Sunday.
The cocktail napkin has Milwaukee +8. I like this, guys.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Triple lock. Let's go.
Yep.
This is Bart Lundy.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Triple lock on these Panthers. Let's go. Cornell, Syracuse. What is this line?
8.5.
Give me Cornell. These schools from these mid majors up there, fuck with them.
Fuck
so
them up. Give me Cornell. Syracuse sucks.
I'm gonna lay the -8.5. No, I'm gonna take the points. Tennessee's next for Syracuse too.
South Carolina State, Marshall. Do we have a line on that?
Yeah,
like, I don't see lines for any of this shit.
Marshall's laying 9.
Is that actually in Huntington?
It's in Huntington. I'm gonna lock up Marshall here.
Yeah,
South
I'll
Carolina
lay the 9.
State's won 2 in a row. Tough road spot. Give me the herd to put it on them.
I'm not gonna lock it, but I will take the herd as well. Mac locking up the Thundering Herd.
I'm gonna take Marshall too.
Alrighty, there we go. Charleston Southern, Georgia Tech line
-18.
Feel like we should bet Southern. Give me the points.
Yeah, give me the points. Fuck,
dude, we should bet this. Why are we not betting this? It's right before fucking Thanksgiving too.
I don't know.
Where's
they
the
just
football
got drilled
game
by
at?
Cincy. Atlanta, right? That's a neutral game.
No, it's in Athens. It's in Athens.
Check the picks page. This is tempting.
It's very tempting. Greensboro, UTEP in Vegas. No line, I bet.
No, 1.5 in favor of the Miners.
Ooh, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Take what?
Mac? Take UTEP. Yeah.
Give me Greensboro here. UTEP's off the big win.
Yeah, I like.
They have been inconsistent. Yeah. Davidson, Arizona. What's the spread?
15.5.
I'm gonna lay it with Arizona.
I'm gonna lay it and lock it. I think this is
I was
Arizona.
about to say, lock this up.
Yeah.
The way they've lost the past 2, they focus. They win by like 25.
Yeah, not too high on McKillop either. I'll lay the points here, but I'm not gonna bet. I'm not gonna bet Arizona here.
Utah Valley and Samford. It's at Samford. What's this line?
Samford -4.
I will lay the 4. Mac?
Line kind of stinks. Give me Utah Valley. They're off an overtime game.
Northern
There's voodoo in
Arizona
this building though. I like Samford. That shit just doesn't happen normally. And 27 game win streak. I think they win and cover.
Northern Arizona, Houston Christian. Where the hell is this playing? It's
This is in
somewhere.
Houston Christian. This is Houston
Okay.
Christian's MTE.
What's this line?
5.
No line.
5?
5 in favor of the Lumberjacks. This is
Lay it. Mac?
Give me Houston Christian again, the dog.
Bieniek?
Lumberjacks, ride or die. One more shot.
UMass Lowell and St. Louis doing battle. Line. I don't have lines for like half the fucking shit left.
St. Louis minus
laying
7.5.
7.5.
I'll lay it.
I'll lay it too. Robbie Villa's second game back.
I'm going to take the points with Lowell. I think they compete here.
Eastern Shore is taking on Little Rock at Little Rock.
God.
Line.
16.
Lay it. Yeah.
Both of these teams have traded off ass whoopings from Arkansas and Illinois, and those two teams play each other tomorrow. Little Rock, lay the points.
Michigan, Xavier going on there in Fort Myers. Line.
Wrong team favored. Xavier's catching 2.
I will take. This is stinky. This is stinky a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you want a tuck job?
What's the tuck job?
Xavier won by 15 against Wake, and Michigan lost.
Give me Michigan to win this.
I'm gonna lock Michigan. Dusty May back in Florida. I think Xavier was fortunate the other night. I think Michigan.
They did not look good in that game to me.
Yeah,
they did not look that good.
Better ball. I'll lock up Michigan here.
I think Xavier's going to be a little bit more aggressive than we will be. It nerves me. I think we'll lose the battle on the glass in this matchup.
I'm gonna lock Michigan as well. Let's go.
No Bieniek.
Yeah, feels good. Wyoming, Loyola Marymount. Line.
No line.
No line, yeah.
Stonehill, Marquette. Line.
Marquette minus 34.5.
Give me the graveyard.
Take the graveyard.
Bieniek.
Yeah, I'll take Stonehill.
Cal State Northridge is taking on Montana. I believe this is in Missoula, right?
Yep.
Fuck's this line.
Montana's only laying 1.5. Oh, I'm locking Montana. They're good at home, man.
Give me Northridge. No lock though. Moving line, Mac. Lock it up. The Grizz. Bieniek.
I'm gonna take Montana. I think they'll have a little bit of a home crowd advantage, and Northridge hasn't played anybody yet, so we'll see how they do against the Grizz.
Michigan State, North Carolina. Do we have a line on this yet?
Carolina's laying 4.5.
I'm gonna lock up North Carolina minus 4.5. Mac.
I'll battle you. Give me Tom Izzo. Think they bounce back? I think we got a 1 possession game. I'll take the 4.5. Lock it up.
Bieniek, you want part of this battle?
You want a tuck job?
I mean, me personally, no. But I mean, in the world, sure. Go ahead and give it out.
Last year's Michigan State team was a lot better than this year's, and they got smoked. It was a little bit more of a North Carolina crowd in the NCAA tournament, but Hubert Davis has Tom Izzo's number. I'll lay the points with North Carolina. Lock it up.
Oh, he's getting. We got a battle. Dundee and Bieniek. Dundee and Bieniek on the heels. Mac riding with Tom Izzo and Sparty.
Carolina was a lot better last year than this year.
They still have a dynamic trio of guards that are going to run all around in this matchup.
Izzo outright.
By the way, I didn't mention it in the recap. Elliot Cadeau, front runner for my least favorite player in college basketball this season.
Please elaborate.
Have you seen the 2 plays that he's made in back-to-back games so far? He grabbed the Dayton player and tackled him after trying to sell a foul after
I like that
being pinched in the half court. And then today it was a hook and hold on Auburn when he was rubbed in the half court. he's
becoming your least favorite player. He's becoming my favorite player. Is what you're saying?
He's becoming like that hated Duke White player, but he's a black player that plays for North Carolina.
What's going on right now?
Yeah. Wait a second. I think I have an answer for that. It's this right here.
Well, I don't get brain man cold, but you're counting down 7.
His antics on the floor and just his play style. I don't know. I don't care for it too much.
Okay. Next up, SMU, Washington State, Palm Springs, I believe. Right.
What's the Snyder line out for this?
I don't know. Rutgers, Bama. Do we have that line?
Alabama's laying 10.5.
I see 11.5 too.
I'm going to take Rutgers.
I'm going to call for Rutgers money line.
Yeah. Let's bet this actually.
I like Rutgers. Yeah.
After the absolute war against Houston, overtime, I think Rutgers was in a little bit of a battle against Notre Dame here. This is the game that Rutgers was coming in looking forward to or looking at.
Revenge against Cliff.
Yes, 100%.
Cliff left them.
This is
they're going to stick.
A huge.
Pikel's going to have these guys ready to go.
A huge game. I sprinkle some on the money line, and I have the long ticket on them to win this.
Triple lock on Rutgers. The Hospital Mercyhurst is taking on the Cal Golden Bears. We have a line.
19.5.
Give me the Hospital. No bet though. No bet.
I'll take the points. No bet.
Pine Bluff.
I'm sorry.
Pine Bluff Pacific. This game's horrible.
What a gut.
What's this line?
16.5.
I can't take Pine Bluff, dude. I guess I will though. Give me the 16.5. No one's going to be at this game. Fucking no one's going to be at this game. Yeah.
Hey, you're going to end up betting this tomorrow is what I predict.
I think this line's saying something. Pacific blows them out here.
Long Beach State, San Jose State. What is this line? Not out, right?
San Jose minus 3.5.
Locking San Jose. San Jose's turned a corner, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, and Long Beach is turned the other corner.
I will take San Jose State minus the points. Lock it up.
That's
Mac, you with me? Triple lock. There we go. End the night with a triple lock. Now we're talking.
What?
What's that? What'd you say?
Don't we have more game?
Nope. It's all of
Notre Dame,
UConn,
Houston,
Dayton, Notre Dame, Houston.
Oh shit!
What are you looking at?
Wait, why did I not see those? What time are they?
Midnight and 12:30 a.m.
To the what I was using to. So what games am I missing? Just two?
So yeah, just two. UConn Dayton takes place at midnight, and the Huskies are minus 7.5.
Oh, I know why, because it's the next day. Okay. Give me Dayton all day. Lock.
What is this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
yeah,
100%.
I like Dayton plus 7.5.
Get out of here.
Oh yeah, we have a bunch more games. I fucked up here. Cal Baptist, Fresno State. What's this line at?
Well, I think I only left those other two because we don't
no
have
line. No line.
I think most of the games that you skip through don't have lines. So
Notre Dame, Houston. What's this line?
Not high enough.
Alabama minus 15.5.
I'll take Houston.
Lock it. That's what I'm doing.
Lock it. Notre Dame's beat up and it went to overtime. I guess
Minnesota, Wichita.
No line.
Damn it.
What time is this game at?
12.
Midnight.
Where's this at?
This is in Florida, Orlando. What? How's this accurate? Why the fuck would they be playing this in Orlando at this time? It's got to be fucked up. The website's got to be fucked up.
Yeah, this is noon.
Yeah.
This is noon on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
This game's not. Don't pick this game yet.
Okay.
Well, so Colby was just. Were you just reading a little bit further down the list on that day's?
Oh, maybe. All right, that's our slate.
Favorite picks.
Favorite picks is me getting some sleep.
Same.
What is our favorite play on the board? I do really like that San Jose State play. That I know that we just talked about that, but I do think it's some of these other games. I'm sorry, I think Dayton's gonna cover. I think you look for these. Give me Dayton. Give me Dayton. Give me. There was a couple that just stood out to us. What the fuck?
I'll go two favorites. Houston and Arizona, and then I'll take a dog in Dayton. Those are my three favorites.
Yeah,
I do love the Arizona angle.
I'm attacking the TMZ games quite literally because two of them are on NBA networks. Houston minus 15.5. They're gonna absolutely murder Notre Dame in my opinion. And Rutgers, their biggest game of the season, plus 11.5. Sprinkle some on the money line. Baylor minus 33.5. They absolutely run away with that one.
I'm gonna have Charleston as one of mine. I think Charleston is gonna fuck up North Kentucky tomorrow. That will be so. Give me Dayton, Charleston, and let's do Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech.
I'm gonna Benedict off of the Baylor best play. I like Milwaukee against UCF. Plus 13.
I like that one too. All right, folks, that's our show. Give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow night. I know it's a big drinking day, big family day as the lead up to Thanksgiving. Want to personally say happy Thanksgiving to every single person that's ever listened to this, even the one that calls me a gap tooth piece of shit. Happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate you and everyone tuning in. You guys make this really cool. And it's awesome that I've been able to, that we've been able to build what we've built here. And I want to wish you, your family, everybody a fantastic Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving weekend. We are grateful. And if we ever meet up, I'll buy you a beer. Because yeah. And one of the things I will say also is sometimes you get tweets from people that perceive what you said completely differently. It's never that deep, folks. It's never that deep. All right. It's an entertainment show. That's what people messaged me saying I was saying this, no, we're just fucking idiots. All right. Anyway,
expect another late show tomorrow. We've got some fire games going at midnight.
Exactly. Let's go. Till next time, folks. This is the College Basketball Experience. Happy Thanksgiving to you, yours, whoever. See you tomorrow night. And we out of here.
It's got me thinking about the good shit the minute that I seen you grill again. It made me good trip, good dog to mine back like dog will wind that. Man, I didn't get mad when you near me hit the can back, but the comings on was strong. Now my shit's coming along, you know the song. The truth is I'm pretty much on fire again. It's heating up for real, I'm alive again. And that's the attraction factor. Vancouver, Michigan with my rap disaster. Yeah, you know you want it how you want it. Don't need the trip, cause I got it, doggone it. It's all yours and the extras too. All the super music and the sex for who? Just get it straight, cause you caught me in a good mood. Let me demonstrate what this time of year could do. Sing it.